Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a little pre-recorded video as I rank every team's head coach from worst to first. I haven't been posting lately, I've just been busy with some stuff, but we're back and better than ever, and we're ready to get you guys out some more content. I don't need to run through the disclaimers, let's just get straight into the list and let's rank every single team's head coach from worst to first. With little to no explanation on how this works and little to no explanation on number 32, we got Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Why does this guy have a job? I don't know. What makes him qualified to even be a head coach? I don't know, but honestly, not surprising behavior by Jerry Jones. Next. Moving on to number 31, give me Raheem Morris. And honestly, this is sad because I really liked this guy when he got hired, but he was very underwhelming. He just wasn't that. Like, they were supposed to be, Falcons were supposed to be one of the better teams in the league, or at least win their division, and they just weren't that. Like, this guy makes dumb decisions. He doesn't really use his players right. Not as much as Arthur Smith, but still a little bit of that. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Raheem Morris. He's 31. Moving on to number 30, give me Brian Callahan. Exactly the opposite of what I said about Raheem Morris. I was never big on this guy, and I never think I will be. Like, why didn't they just keep Mike Vrabel? Like, and they took a gamble on Brian Callahan, and he's just not that good. He cannot run an offense to save his life. His defense was half decent, but it's just the guy was so bad offensively. He was so bad at calling plays. It melted my eyeballs. Like, seeing this guy coach and making some of the dumb decisions that he did. I'm not with this guy. Now, moving on to number 29, give me Kellen Moore. And honestly, I have a feeling that this guy is just going to be a one and done but I don't think it's going to be all his fault. I mean, I think the Saints are going to be the worst team in the league, yeah, by far. But it's just that, like, when he was running the Eagles offense, it wasn't very balanced. You know, this guy was all run and no pass. And it was honestly very frustrating. But if you can execute that, like, Alvin Kamara may have a 1,000-yard season for sure, but just don't expect Chris Olave or the pass game to really do much. I'm not with him. I think this is just a one-and-done job for Kellen Moore. All right, now moving on to number 27, give me Mike McDaniel. Yeah, I've never been a fan of this guy, and yeah, I just think every time he plays a team above 500, he gets killed every single time. Like, this guy's so corny. He's not a leader. Like, that's the thing. Like, he's not a leader, and especially with how talented that offense is, you would think they would get past even the first round of the playoffs, especially in 2023. But no, they got their butts kicked by Kansas City. They couldn't be any good teams this year. I don't know what goes on there, but I think he's going to be on the hot seat this year. Now moving on to 27, give me Brian Daboll. And listen, I'm not saying this guy is a bad coach. Where I rank him may seem like I think he's a bad coach, but it's just I still think people are really clinching on to a playoff win that he had 3 years ago against Minnesota. The guy hasn't had any success. I mean, I know he hasn't had a sustainable quarterback, but I don't know. It's just what you'd think. With making Daniel Jones go to the playoffs, he can work with anybody, but no, he's just hasn't been doing that. And like I said, that was 3 years ago. We can't just keep clinging on to that for years to come. I just can't happen. All right, moving on to number 26 now. And guys, I apologize. I got the guys completely mixed up. This is Kellen Moore. This is Brian Schottenheimer. And who I have number 6 is Zach Taylor. That's my fault, guys. Yeah. Zach Taylor led, obviously, the worst defense in the league last year. Their offense was good. He led a good offense, but they just weren't really getting enough wins. They weren't getting enough momentum on defense, and part of that's him. Like, he couldn't rally the troops up. Like, he couldn't rally up the defense. And God, like, he's got to set the culture, and he just doesn't. Like, the guy seems like an absolute thick brain when it comes to the defensive side of the ball, and because it was so bad, that's why I have him this low. Moving on to number 25, give me Aaron Glenn from the Jets. And yeah, I got a bad feeling about this guy in a bad way. Like, when I listen to him talk in his interviews, I'm not really motivated by him at all. And the Lions' defense, honestly, last year was just okay when he was running it. Like, especially, it was bad in the postseason. Like, really bad in the postseason. I don't know what to say about this guy. Maybe he's this low because he's new, but I just don't see him succeeding there, especially with the non-talented roster that he was given, unlike Detroit. Now moving on to number 24, give me Shane Steichen. Yeah, our old offensive coordinator. Yeah. No explanation needed. I mean, I saw what this guy did with Anthony Richardson. Like, he can physically ruin Anthony Richardson. I makes dumb decisions constantly. I'm out on Shane Steichen. I don't know about you guys, but it's just ever since he's gotten there, like, the Colts have not been that good. Like, he hasn't brought anything new to the table with this team at all. It's stupid. Moving on to 23, give me Liam Cohen. And the reason I have this guy this low simply is because we need to see the guy in action. But I got a lot of faith in this guy. You know, led the Buccaneers to an absolute insane offense, led them to the playoffs. I mean, I know he wasn't really that good in the playoffs, but had Baker Mayfield throw for 41 touchdowns. Dang, man, like, Liam Cohen could actually be a monster, and I actually do believe that Liam Cohen could be the one to rocket Trevor Lawrence's career. Now moving on to number 22, give me Todd Bowles. And yeah, I feel like I've talked about him recently, but I don't think Todd Bowles is all what the Buccaneers make it out to be. Like, I just think, like, he's posted off of good coordinators. Like 2023, they had Dave Canales, Liam Cohen in 2024. But just if their offensive coordinator seems good, somehow he just seems to get the credit for it. I'm not with it. I don't think he's that bad of a coach, but I don't think he's a really good coach. I just think he's carried by his offensive coordinators. That's all I'm going to say. Now moving on to 21, give me Mike Macdonald. And yeah, I mean, I was expecting a lot more from this guy last year. I was expecting a lot more defensively as well, but just they weren't that. Like, the Seahawks, I mean, they weren't as good as their record showed. Geno Smith had a horrendous year. I mean, don't hit me with the 4,000 yards nonsense. Mike Macdonald, I mean, I look at him to be more of a defensive mind. Like, the defensive side of the ball in Seattle was actually pretty decent, but the offensive side is what he needs work on. They just led it to their offensive coordinator. I don't know if it was bad or not, but I just don't see Mike Macdonald as this offensive genius, you know? Now moving on to number 20, give me Kevin Stefanski from the Browns. I'm almost out on this guy, man. Why in the world hasn't he gotten rid of Deshaun Watson yet? Like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, he hasn't just I don't know what to say on this guy. I don't even know. Defensively, he's fine, but offensively, this guy cannot really run an offense that well. I don't know if that's out of pocket or not, but I just don't think that Kevin Stefanski has proven himself enough. Yeah, I know he won Coach of the Year, but he shouldn't have won at that time. Moving on to number 19, give me Dave Canales. Yeah, this guy has skyrocketed Bryce Young's career to a new level, man. I cannot wait to see how the Panthers do this year. I assume that they're not going to have a winning record or anything, but I just think you got to trust the process with Dave Canales. He's the quarterback whisperer. If it wasn't for Dave Canales, then Bryce Young may not even be in the league at this point. Just chew on that for a sec. Now moving on to number 18, give me Jonathan Gannon. I'm actually starting to hop on the Jonathan Gannon hype train and the Cardinals train. I mean, like, this guy has just gotten better and better and better. And even though he hasn't had the best of records, especially in 2023, like, he made games close. You know, he takes risks. He takes chances. You know, like, he can make some good decisions. And with the offense that he's been given this year, like, they've added some keys to their offensive line. They've rebuilt their offensive line. Hopefully it'll be better. I just think like the Cardinals could be a lot better with him as coach. Now moving on to number 17, and yeah, it is a different day that I'm recording the rest of this video, but now we got Ben Johnson from the Chicago Bears, the new Chicago Bears head coach. I mean, I definitely do think he's going to be a step up from Matt Eberflus. I mean, that's a fact, but it's just the fact that, like, we don't know anything about him. I mean, we saw what he can do in Detroit. I mean, that was very impressive. Won assistant coach of the year, but just how well can he do as a head coach? That's the question. My guess is he's going to do pretty good, but just we don't know for sure. That's why he's this low. Now moving on to number 16 now, we got the new Raiders coach, Pete Carroll. I mean, just opposite of what I said about Ben Johnson, we already know what Pete Carroll can do. Like, this guy has always been one of the more well-rounded head coaches in the league since he started, you know. Won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks, made Russell Wilson's, no, not Russell Wilson's. I think he is going to help Geno Smith really finally execute into that next level that we've been waiting for a while now. I mean, he was okay, but just not nearly as good as I think he could be with Pete Carroll coaching him. I just think Pete Carroll, you know, as a head coach, one of the best, at least top 20 all time for him. Now moving on to number 15, give me Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, I'm putting this guy this low. If he doesn't really show me anything significant other than choking twice in the Super Bowl and having a losing record when he doesn't have good weapons, like, I'm out on this guy. I do still think he's a good coach and all, but as I said, when he doesn't have those weapons, same like Brock Purdy, like, his teams aren't good. Like, just even the elite head coaches, even like coaches like Andy Reid, have found ways to create functional offenses with basically trash cans as receivers. Kyle Shanahan just not at that level. That's why he's 15. Now 14, give me Mike Vrabel. Yeah, again, Mike Vrabel, I genuinely think can make the Patriots into playoff contenders this year. Matter of fact, he should never have been fired by Tennessee in the first place. He was doing a great job there, and we all saw what he can do. And if he brings that over to New England, Drake May's career could skyrocket. 13, give me DeMeco Ryan. Listen, this is actually where the coaching talent gets really up there. It's just no hate on DeMeco Ryan. I'm not saying that he's a bad coach by putting him here. I just think the coaches above him right now are a little bit better. I mean, this guy is obviously a great coach. Took the Texans to playoff contenders, which nobody expected to do. And even when they were pathetic, they lost all the receivers, he still managed to win a playoff game. Like, that's elite level head coaching. Now, number 12, give me Mike Tomlin. Yeah, you would expect a guy who's never had a losing record to not be this low, or at least not be inside the top 10, but I just can't get there, though. I mean, I'm sure they make the playoffs, but at what cost? They do the same thing every single year. Like, they just barely make a 500 team, get into the playoffs as a wild card team, miss the playoffs. It's literally what they do every single year, and I just think that the Steelers fans are going to start to lose their heads with this guy because, I mean, how much longer can we keep this up, though? All right, now number 11, give me Jim Harbs. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of this guy. I mean, I just think with the great coaching, with the great offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator to help this guy out, obviously this guy's the main mastermind of it all. I genuinely think that the Chargers have a chance to win the division this year over the Chiefs. Like, what is this team's weakness? What is Jim Harbaugh's weakness as a coach? Like, he had Justin Herbert put up one of the best seasons, I think, of his career, only throwing 3 picks. Like, that man can run the piss out of an offense. Now, number 10, give me Matt LaFleur. Yeah, I think this guy is one of the more well-rounded coaches in the NFL. 2023, tell me if this makes sense. 2023, he takes mid-receivers when nobody expected him to do anything at all, went 9-8, made the playoffs, won a playoff game, and then in 2024, receiving room gets even worse, and somehow the Packers manages to make the Packers better. Like, what's there to say bad about this guy? No, number 9, give me Sean Payton. This guy, I mean, this guy's always going to be inside the top 10. I mean, and that's a fact, man. He's just one of at least a top 10 head coach all time. You know, he did it with the Saints. He could do it with the Broncos, man. I mean, just he has turned the Broncos into legitimate contenders. Same what I said about Jim Harbaugh, but the reason I'm taking Sean Payton over Jim Harbaugh is simply due to the fact that Sean Payton's been coaching a lot longer. Go back to 2023. He made Russell Wilson put up 24 touchdowns, 8 picks. Those are serviceable numbers. And when nobody expected Bo Nix to do well, when nobody expected Bo Nix to even be drafted in the first round, he has Bo Nix. He develops Bo Nix and turns him into a top 5 offensive rookie of the year candidate. Like, Sean Payton has always been and always will be a top 10 coach in the league. All right, now number 8, give me Dan Quinn. Listen, realistically, after this season, he should be like top 5, but I can't get there quite yet. I mean, this is the first season that we've seen him significantly do something important. But, I mean, just taking a 4-12 team, bringing them all the way to the NFC Championship, like, how many coaches in the league do you know that have done that? I bet you can't name one. Like, Dan Quinn probably is one of the best things to ever happen to the Commanders since, besides Jaden Daniels in recent years. Now, number 7, give me John Harbaugh. Yeah, I have a weird stance on him. I mean, I always think he's going to be a top 10 coach in the league, maybe even top 5 in most cases. But his recent playoff success that he's had, 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24, and 25, it's just been since 2019 where the Ravens went 14-2 and got knocked out by the Titans. I just can't get there with Jim Harbaugh quite yet. If he shows me something different, cool. I'll be glad to eat my words. I'll put him top 5. But for now, he's outside of the top 5. I mean, I still have him top 10 for all the obvious reasons. But I just need to see something from him in the playoffs. Right now, number 6, give me Sugar Sean McDermott. Literally exactly what I said about John Harbaugh. This guy, one of the best offensive masterminds in the NFL. I mean, it took a team that lost all their receivers alongside Josh Allen to the AFC Championship when nobody even expected them to make the playoffs, now taking them to their 4th or 5th straight AFC East title. What's there to say bad about Sean McDermott except his record against the Chiefs and in the playoffs? All right, now number 5, I'm pretty sure everyone knows who's left on the board at this point. But number 5, give me Lions coach Dan Campbell. This guy is a great guy, man. He cracks me up. The only pet peeve I have about him as a head coach is just sometimes I don't think he thinks championship 49-23. I mean, that's alone. Sometimes he no, I'm not a lot too aggressive. It could be 4th and 21 by 3 points. You're in field goal range. He'll tell you to go for it. He'll just say screw it and go for it. Like, I think he's a great coach. He's the best coach of the Lions in their last 20, 25 years. But I think he's got to stop being so careless. All right, now number 4, give me Nick Sirianni. I still can't, as a person, I still cannot stand this guy. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what he actually does as a head coach. But I mean, ever since he took over, we've had winning records. We've been to the Super Bowl. We won a Super Bowl, so he's obviously doing something right. I don't specifically know what it is, but he's doing something right. I just wish he didn't act like a 14-year-old kid every time he coaches and every time he's being showed on screen, arguing with the fans, arguing with the coaching staff, yelling at the coaching staff. I just think, just chill. Right now, number 3, give me Kevin O'Connell. And yeah, just coach of the year. Well-deserved. Sam Darnold, everyone thought this guy's career was cooked. You come over to Kevin O'Connell's offense, you have the best season of your career. I get it, he had Jets, but just he turned Sam Darnold into, after this year, an MVP candidate. Ever since he's been the coach of that franchise, he's had winning records. He's been to the playoffs. Even when they went 7-10 without Kirk that one year in 2023, he still managed to make games close. He still managed to win games. Just what's there to say bad about Kevin O'Connell? Absolutely nothing. And moving on, we have number 1 and 2, undisputedly the two best coaches in the NFL today. We got Sugar Sean McVay and Andy Reid. These two are undisputedly the single best head coaches in the league today. Don't even argue with me. Sean McVay, the best offensive mastermind in the NFL today. Like guys, I mean, he could take the Raiders offense and he can manage to make it a functionable offense. And Andy Reid just needs no introduction. 3 Super Bowls in a row. Every single year for the past 5 years, he's made the AFC Championship. Just always manages to win games, especially since Mahomes and Kelsey were having a down year. I think it has more to do with the fact that they have him as a head coach. That's why they made the Super Bowl, because he is so smart. He's a top 3 head coach of all time. I don't want to glaze anymore, and that's your top 32. Ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to do it for my ranking of every single head coach in the NFL from worst to first. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please make sure to voice your guys' opinion in the comments. Anything you have, I'll debate you guys in every single one of these picks. So without further ado, I'll see y'all guys the next time I upload a video. Peace.